Can I tell you that this spirit does not overtake a person overnight? Can I tell you this spirit has not overtaken the church overnight? When you start accepting the little things, you will eventually fall over something small, and you're going to break your own neck. When you disobey the voice of God, there's a breach in the relationship. And then you're left to your own devices. Woo! See, if we understand this truth, then we can understand why our ability to hear God's voice clearly is the most important thing we will ever keep. We will ever protect and hold dear. God, make sure that I keep the ability to hear you. As long as I don't lose the ability to hear you, then we okay. All right? So, if I were the devil, I wouldn't fight you. I wouldn't fight your call. I wouldn't fight your abilities. I wouldn't even mess with your abilities. What I would do is, I would fight your ability to hear the voice of God. I would try to make sure that I caused a breach between you and here. Because this really doesn't matter. But when the breach becomes between here, now we got a problem. So the enemy really, all of this stuff that's coming at you, the bills aren't getting paid, and this one left me, and that one left me, and that one's talking about me, and they trying to take my job, and they don't like me there, and nobody on that job like me, and it's all just a mess. Ain't nobody in the neighborhood like me, and ain't nobody at the church liking me, and I can't pay my bills, and I'm losing my car, and I'm losing my house. None of this stuff really matters. The only thing the enemy is really, that is not of importance. What the enemy is trying to do is stop this. Do you see what I'm saying? If all this is in chaos, but this is okay, that's when I've got peace. That's when the peace of God passes all understanding. That's when, okay? So, can I help somebody? There is only one thing that can muddy the voice of God in your life. What is that? Disobedience to what he said the last time you heard him. Disobedience to what he said the last time you heard him. Shh, Lord have mercy. Then we got a breach. Okay? What I'm trying to tell you is the devil's not after you, and he's not after your calling. He don't need that. He ain't after your car. He ain't after your husband or your wife. You don't even want him. He ain't after none of that, okay? He is after your relationship with the voice of God. Okay? That's why your heart is so important. Because if your heart is not pure, then Satan will find the anger that's in your heart. He'll find the jealousy that's in your heart. He'll find the envy or the bitterness or the greed that's in your heart. And he will use it as a tool to sway your ability to hear the voice of God. See, that's why God doesn't tell you, he doesn't say in his word that we're not supposed to be angry at nobody because he don't want us to have no fun. He wants us to remove those things from our heart so that the enemy doesn't have a way in. It removes what he can use. It removes his tools. He has nothing to fight with if those things are not in your heart. Doesn't mean that they don't sometimes pass through our mind, but don't let them get in your heart. Because we are human. I am going to get mad. I am going to get jealous. I am going to have some issues. But I got to get rid of it right then. I got to recognize it. I got to ask God to forgive me. I got to find out why it's there and take it to Jesus and leave it there so that it doesn't get rooted in my heart and then me be deceived and not know it's there. That was good. Do you understand that your ability to hear God clearly is the very thing that empowers you? Your ability to hear God clearly is the only thing that secures your success. And your ability to hear God clearly is the one thing that distances you from Satan's reach. The more you're hearing and the more you're obedient, the further you get from the reach of the enemy. That's good. That's very good. So the thing is, we're in a kingdom transition. Kingdom transition. Satan's job is to rock the church to sleep. His job is to cause you to take God for granted. Satan's job is to trick you into twisting the word to fit your narrative. Satan's job is to feed you with a spirit of entertainment. Satan's greatest joy is when we transfer from relationship to religion. In other words, Satan's agenda is to get you to call right wrong and wrong right so that you miss the shift. Is that the truth? Mm-hmm. So what is he doing? What he's doing is he is stripping you of your armor, and he's removing your ability to be effective in the hands of your God. The things that you allow to stay in your heart are effective in the hands of Satan. And you are not effective in the hands of God. As long as your heart is all muddied up with that stuff, then you are effective in the kingdom of darkness, but not in the kingdom of light. You cannot stay in the kingdom of darkness and be used in the kingdom of light. And that's what everybody's trying to do. You can't do it. You got to come out from among them and be ye a separate people. If there's light in you, the darkness has got to flee. So there's no way I can have light in me if all this stuff in me that he calls sin is dwelling in my heart. We're so worried about preaching about somebody taking a drink or taking a smoke. No, you don't need to do neither of those things, but the real problem is what's in your heart. What's in your heart? What are the things that you are hiding?